Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for tuning in on this video. And this video is on the box mod made by the Modfather. Now, the Modfather, if you guys haven't seen it, you can actually go on Twisted Message's website, and there is a box mod there that's labeled Modfather series, and these are going to be the same boxes, except mine's going to be a little bit different because I went to the Modfather directly and had him do a laser engraving on it for me. So this box is a pulse width modulation box. And basically, what that means is that there's a little dial on here, and it controls how fast or how often the MOSFET closes to allow energy from the batteries into your tank, your RDA, whatever it is. And how that works is that the lower that you have to set the dial to, the longer the MOSFET will stay closed. At about halfway through the dial, it goes about 50-50, so it stays open and stays closed for the same amount of time, as long as you're holding the button down. You can also control, what that allows you to do is basically control how strong or how hard this device will hit. So right now I have this guy set all the way down to the bottom, so watch. Almost nothing because I have it set all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to raise it up a little bit. You can see it's starting to come out. And I personally like to keep it about 50-50 until my batteries start dying. That's 50-50 right there. I'm going to take it a little bit higher. Got all the way open. I don't like it. It's a little too harsh for me, so I just kind of keep it anywhere between 50-50 to, just a little bit higher than 50-50. That's my sweet spot. So a couple more things about this device. This is made out of aluminum, 6061 anodized aluminum to be exact, so it's pretty durable for what it is. This has become my workhorse box mod. Generally, if I'm leaving the house, this is what I have on because the battery stays, battery stays alive for quite a long time on this guy, much longer than it expected it to be. So comparing it to something like the Noisy Cricket, this guy over here, which has no MOSFET opening thingy-mabobber, PWM, that one doesn't seem to last me as long, and I always have to carry spare batteries with me when I use that. Now, considering that this is the same style, series style box as the Noisy Cricket, try to build your coils and your builds in a safe ohm range for series box mods. Try to go online, try to figure out what's going on with that. So what I personally like to do is I actually like to stick whatever it is I'm going to be vaping on. So like for instance this guy, and I'm going to put it on my Skelly 213 over here, and that lets me read the amp range of what it's going to be firing at. But yeah, I'll show you guys that in the close-ups. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my tank that's on here right now, I'm going to pop it onto that, bring it up to about 7.5 to about 8 volts, and see what the amp range are. I know the batteries that I'm using in here right now shoot for 30 amps. They're the pink LGs. These guys right here. So I know that those shoot for 30 amps. I'm also going to leave a link in the description to Mooch's battery testing thread on the forums, so that you guys can find the right battery for this style of mod. But yeah, so try to vape in a safe range because you don't want this to be venting on you. I'll show you guys in the close-ups what I mean, because there is no battery vent hole on this thing, which is kind of upsetting, but at the same time kind of cool because there is there's no break in the design. It's a very simple box, and it looks very nice the way that it is. So yeah, so I'm going to show you guys the packaging that this thing comes in. I'm going to show you all the little nooks and crannies in this device, how to turn it off, how to control the PWM, and I'm also going to show you guys what I do with the Skelly 213 to make sure that I'm vaping at a safe range. Alright, so this is the packaging that the box mod comes in. You can see on the back it's got a limited lifetime warranty. Let me actually
fix the focusing on this just a little bit, make it a little easier to read. There we go. Cool. So basically what that means is that if something ever goes wrong with the box, the light goes wrong, the MOSFET stops working, anything like that, just contact the Modfather again, and you'll send it back to him. He'll take care of any of the problems in it. So again, try to avoid tampering with anything inside of the box, because the way that this box is made, he handles it in a very meticulous fashion. I've gone to his office and I've taken a look at how he puts these things together. So without further ado, this thing has also got color options on the side over here. So he actually has more colors than the enclosure over here. It says aluminum and it says black. He actually has color options for red, orange, purple, and black, and then raw. Raw being aluminum. And the raw is, well, kind of looks like this. Kind of like the Noisy Cricket, except a little bit more shiny. Now the illumination color refers to the screen that turns on when you actually press the fire button. Yeah, so it slides off just like that, and box is right here. It'll come to you just like this. If not, a little bit more padding in there just to keep it a little bit safe. You also get one of these things over here. It's a card. So basically, you either call that number 802-5Box Mod. You can leave them a voicemail or something like that. But basically, the best way to reach him is to actually go on his Instagram or Facebook and talk to him that way, or send him an email. I'll have a link in the description, and I'll also have all the other infos in the description for this guy. Alright, so this is the box mod by itself. You can see that it's actually, decent size. I'm going to put it right next to the Noisy Cricket for a size comparison. It's kind of hard to do that. But yeah, it's not much bigger than the Noisy Cricket. It's actually a very comfortable box. The edges are curved, so it actually feels good in the hand. It doesn't cut you or anything like that. Basically, let's take a look at the measurements right now. I'm going to use my phone for this guy. But yeah, so this box mod is going to be 100 millimeters going this way. I use the ruler on my phone to grab that. And then 25 millimeters going this way. So you could use a 24 millimeter mods, Addies, and I guess a 25. Yeah, I mean, you could use a 30. I mean, here's a 30 millimeter tank on here. This is actually the Modfather tank that I did a video on quite a while back. You can see a bit of an overhang, not too much though. It's actually still pretty comfortable. And it goes 50 millimeters going this way, so long ways. So over here, this will be the front of the mod. You get your fire button right here. You press it, this guy pops up. I have mine as green. There you go. Let me see if I can actually fix the lighting on that a little. There you go. Makes it a little easier to read. But yeah, so without an Addy on it, you press the fire button. This is the voltage at where your battery is at. There you go. So you can see that it is 7.4, 7.41. That's the voltage at your batteries. So that'll indicate how much battery life you have left. So for instance, right now it's 7.4. Basically divide that by 2 because you have 2 batteries in there by series. And each battery is going to be at about 3 point something. See right here. 7.4 divided by 2. Yep. About 3.7 volts. Now that's an entire day for me. So it went down from 4.2 to 3.7. And right in the middle, you'll see this little circular guy right here. This is the dial that I was talking about. You don't need a screwdriver or anything to play with it. What you're going to want to do is just take your thumb or whatever, any finger really, just put down a little pressure on it. There you go. So all the way down would be like right there. That's what I had it set to when like nothing was coming out. Let me see if I could brighten it up a little now. Not really, but yeah. And this would be about halfway, just like that. Let's see. Now this is max. So at the lowest setting, this setting, MOSFET will stay closed a lot more than then it will be open. Midway, it'll be about 50-50. But this over here, the MOSFET will barely be closed, and that's when it's going to fire the hardest. Alright, so on the other side of the box it says the Modfather Inc. Nothing crazy over there. It is engraved in there. You can feel the difference in height over there. This is laser etched, so it doesn't feel quite the same as this. Also on the back over here, pull this out right here. So I was using the LGs. Now I switched it out for the Samsung green ones, and you can see all the wiring up there. You can see that's where the button touches. Here's the circuit board. Here's the LED that goes on for the light. You can see in there that is where the MOSFET gets controlled by this little dial right here. And now right up here, very tiny switch. I didn't even know about this for the longest time, to be honest with you. But on the down position, it is off. It won't fire. On the up position, it is on and will fire. So if you're going to have this in your pocket or something like that, I would highly recommend using that. That's the best way to make sure it doesn't fire in your pocket. And one last look at the etching on the front of this guy. You can see right there. This is laser etch. I had him skewed off to the side just a little bit to kind of like just give it a little bit more, I don't know, artsy feel, because I don't know, I'm stupid like that. But I ended up going a little bit too far to the left when I had mine. He'll center it out for you and everything, so that yours will, like, your image will be right dead center. But yeah, so like I said in the beginning of the video, or close to the beginning of the video, there is no battery venting at all in this guy. There is no holes, no nothing for the the heat to escape from in there. So just be mindful. Alright, so before we get any further, I'm going to show you guys what I do with this Sigeli 213 over here. Basically, let me pop on something else on here really quickly. So I am not using this to recommend bring. So like say I have my recoil RDA over here. So what I'm going to do before I pop my RDAs on to a series build, I would do something like this. I would pop it onto my Sigeli food tray. Not Sigeli food tray, I'm sorry. The 213. But yeah, you guys can see right there that this will show me the voltage that I'm running this at, the ohms of the actual RDA or tank or whatever it is you're using, as well as what amperage it is firing at. But yeah, so that's really the best way. Well, for me it is, at least it's the best way for me to figure out exactly what I'm running at to make sure that I'm firing safely onto this guy right here. So that guy was 11 amps, so that's safely within the range of what I should be using on a series box mod. Because my batteries will run at about anything between 25 amps to 30 amps. So just be safe when using a series box mod, guys. Alright, so pros are for this guy. It's a really nice device. It's got a little bit of weight to it to make sure that it actually does feel very durable. I've dropped this a couple times, nothing crazy, but I've only had I had the paint peeling off all of the corners, but that's really it. The fact that it's a series box mod, but you can still adjust how strong or how weak you want the pulse to be. Every single device that I've owned, from the Velocity to Twisted Messes to the Modfather tank to the recoil, the Wismec Theorem, the any RDA that I've ever used on the thing has made a solid connection. I've had no problems with firing it whatsoever. And this thing has always performed very reliably for me, and has become basically my workhorse mod. So anytime I'm going out, I usually grab this guy, or if I'm going to work, I usually grab this guy. Now for cons, this thing is about $200, and it's kind of hard to get one because you just don't go to a shop and just buy one, unless you go to Twisted Messes' website and just grab one from his. And at $200, it's a pretty hefty price for a box mod, but still I highly recommend it, even though it is $200. I mean, this is going to be engraved to whatever you want it to be, instead of a picture or whatever you want. I had him make a adjuster box mod for my brother, and I sent that over. And the last thing I don't like about this guy is that the battery tray, even though it does have the ribbon and everything on it, it is a little hard to get your batteries in there. So just take it out really quickly. So here, like this, you have to align your battery perfectly straight with it
or else it won't click into place. So like this one, I'm going to try to do it like this. You can't go like that when you're putting your battery in. You have to go in at a, straight right at it. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching. If you guys have any questions on this box mod, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them, and if I can't answer them, I'll ask the Modfather himself on your questions and whatnot. Try to get some information out there. The best way to contact him is his Gmail or his Instagram or his Facebook. I personally use Instagram to contact him. It's the best way for me. You guys might have better luck emailing him or something. But yeah, so again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.